Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Pabs, a RAICE VTuber and an artist, and today we're going to be drawing my little guy here, my little dude, Rice Beast, as a heraldic beast. Now, I'll take a quick moment to explain what that means. So you may have noticed that some medieval dorks ran around with a lion or an eagle, perhaps a bull or some kind of animal on their shields and in their kind of like heraldry. And what I'm aiming to do is to try to transmogrify my little cat friend here into one of those such animals, as was depicted at the time. This was done completely on a whim. There's really, frankly, no good reason to do it, other than the fact that I think it would be funny. So let's kind of dive into it, huh? Let's go over to the working screen. Excuse me if I cough a little today. Do you ever get like those impulses, right? So I'm the kind of person who doesn't do things by habit most of the time. I do things by impulse, which has its upsides and downsides. The upside being that, like, you know, even if I don't particularly enjoy something, or if I don't, you know, regularly like do something, I might occasionally get the craving for it out of nowhere and just do it rather than like force myself into it. So it's good. It's almost like it feels very natural when I do things. But the bad news is that when I do get the craving to do something positive, I have to ride that out as much as I can, or else it will never come back. And recently I've actually been hitting the gym after going to work. You know, I say recently, I've only done it for like 2 days, but it feels like it's been weeks. And well, the good news is that I feel much better about myself. Like honestly, people are like, "Oh yeah, you can't cure your bad vibes just by exercising," but it does help a lot, and that really pisses me off. As you can see, I'm kind of just filling the screen with whatever animals I can find. There's an entire Wikimedia. Actually, hang on. This might be easier to show if I go through to the browser source. There we go. Let me just increase the decrease. Right there. Yeah, you can see that there's like a lot of different types of shields, or crests, or heralds, or what have you. A lot of these flashed on screen when I went in, but you can very clearly see that there's like a wide variety of animals, which is why I'm confident that even though Rice Beast only has 2 legs, a stubby little torso, and no discernible features besides his ears and eyes, we're going to be able to pull something off with this. Yeah, the good news is as well that there's there's entire Wikimedia pages dedicated to like animals and heraldry. Like, take a look at this thing. That's sick. I actually do like that one. I'm gonna add that one to the collection. Because what I need to do is I need to be able to take advantage of the fact that Rice Beast is mostly white. Hey, there's like a little stoat here or something. What is that? Is that like a meerkat? What is that? Alright, let's see here. Reptiles, shells. Shells? Mammals and heraldry, that seems interesting. This is a good way to go down a Wikipedia rabbit hole. Doggy. Yeah, hey Cannon. Yeah, there's a doggy down here. Somewhere. Yeah, there he is. What manner of beastie shall the rice beef be depicted as? We don't know yet. I'm thinking lion, because of it's already kind of cat-like. So I'm thinking lion, probably, or some kind of creature in the genus Felidae. 4-legged animal standing on rear legs. That sounds interesting. Animal body parts. Sure, why not? By attitude? Facing left. Oh, attitude just means like the direction. Ooh, I like this one. Body parts. Well, I mean, like, it can't be that bad. Hang on. What part of the body of an animal is this? Oh, I see. Like, there's a horn here. Oh yeah, claw, horn, pelt. These dudes straight up had a fucking leopard skin rug in their shield. Unbelievable. Ooh, this one's kind of cool. I guess a Sphinx is a bunch of animal characteristics. Sometimes you just need a rug on the shield. Keeps you cozy and warm. Yeah, no, that's why Hercules had the Nemean lion as a hoodie. For sure. Oh, coat of arms of Greenland. I'll take that. Oh, there's also a simplified one. That's interesting. Oh, thank you for the hot posture check and hydrate. I've actually got myself a mug of warm water today. I still have my normal water bottle, but I'm using the mug of warm water on account of doing cardio. Friggin' irritates my windpipes. But I gotta write it out. I have to like keep doing exercise for as long as I can. Need the warmth, yeah, exactly. You know, like once I get the impulse to exercise, I have to write that out as long as. Ooh, this one's fun. I like this one. I wonder how many I've already collected. Oh, shells is in seashells. That makes sense. What's this one? Shield of Arms of the Lord Saint Brides. What's this one? Oh, that's some kind of creature. Interesting, interesting. Griffins, harpies, pegasi. So no snails. Well, you could probably make a snail in a heraldry thing. There's nobody saying you can't, although I do imagine your enemies would kind of make fun of you for that. Well, they'd make fun of you no matter what you had. You know, you'll roll up to the function, your lion fully prepped on your shield. You'll think you're pretty hot shit. You know, lion's a pretty common motif, but you think you've put your own little spin on it. And then friggin' asshole Lord Saint Byron struts up and it's like, oh, so you only have one lion? How droll. We have the 3 lions at our shield. And you'll be like, man, fuck you, Saint Lord Byron. Anyway, I think we've just about gotten as many as we can. Yeah, that dude's name was like Lord Saint Brides or something like that. I don't think you can be a lord and a saint at the same time. Yeah. I think saint was just his name. It wasn't like an actual religious title. At least I hope not. Become ungovernable. All right, let's just kind of copy and paste all these suckers in here. Hopefully, none of these ones that I've stolen are from people who suck too much. The chained goose. Yeah, that's how you know that the dude who had this crest is nothing to fuck around with. If you can tame a goose, then you are a individual of immense power. Geese are just one of God's creatures that were never meant to be tamed. Not for a lack of trying, naturally, but, you know, sometimes they just don't wanna. It's not really a them problem, it's an us problem. Okay, so most of these guys are in profile and facing right, I notice. I like this dude. Bleh. Alright. This one's still one of my favorite. Got the rice piece in profile. Yeah, it's not going to be particularly menacing. We might need to do a little bit of exaggeration to achieve a similar effect. This is pretty cool, though. I like whatever the hell this dude's got going on. The Greenland crest of shield, the crest/shield is also really good. I like this one. This one's also interesting. Yeah, big problem though. Not a lot of these dudes are walking on. Not a lot of bipedal dudes on here. Most of these guys are quadrupedal in some capacity. What weapon would Rice Beast wield in battle? Teeth, sharp teeth. Really sharp teeth. Rice Beast just bites people. That's just kind of what it does. Okay. We have, oh, let's count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 14 creatures on this canvas, but only one can become America's next top idol. Not enough lugs? No problem, just add more rice peas. Huh, not a bad idea. We did see that one flag that had like 13 different beast creatures on it. Would love to hear these guys sing. God, that reminds me of like there was this one, what do you call, this one video I saw of like some dude on, I think it was 4chan, asking like if people had images of like Paleolithic animals with their mouths open, and he was like, and one of the dudes was like, "This is for furry porn, for furry stuff, isn't it?" And the other guy's like, "No, I literally just photoshopped them in front of musical instruments." Hang on, actually, we can do that right now. Hang on. We thought of the same video at the same time. Yeah, dude. Hang on. Hold on. All right, Ice Bear. Hang on. Oops. It's a little too low here. Okay, Ice Bear. It's your turn to the open mic night. Knock our socks off. Well, this is unfortunate, though. It does look like it's trying to lick the mic, which, you know, I'm almost convinced isn't what you normally do with microphones. Almost. Not entirely convinced. I'm not a singer. I'm not a dude that sings. The best musicians love to get a little tasty of that thing before they sing. That is true. You know, it is said that before every single time that they sang, friggin' Freddie Mercury got in there and got a little bit of a taste of the microphone. It's like when you like run over your hand over the cold engine of a car before you drive it. You know, it's like you establish a bond with it. It's like horse bonding. Yes, please do apply that transformation. You know, all the best singers do it. It's not a widely, you know, obviously for obvious reasons, it's kind of fallen out of favor in more recent years. It's seen as impolite. But, you know, you got a little home studio set up. You got a little home studio set up. You got a little recording booth. You're alone in there. There's no cameras. You can get in there and get a little bit of a taste of that thing. You can get a little bit of a taste of that nasty thing. Nobody's going to judge you. We're all professionals here. Does rice peas have a tongue? Yes. Yeah. I've shown it before. Rice peas can, like, unhinge its jaw. Well, not unhinge its jaw. It's like... I'll draw a picture of it in, like, a minute. Or actually, I do think I have rice peas reference somewhere around here. Hang on. Where is it? Oh, here it is. There we go. Yeah, rice peas can open its maw real big. But yeah, it's got a tongue. Yeah, it's 90% mouth by volume. Yeah, a lot of people forgot that I made a human form for a rice piece. I don't like to bring it up often because it has like weird implications for a lot of different things. Yeah, it's not a party trick I like to trot out too often. Actually, this unicorn one can go to hell. Unicorns are fine creatures, but I don't care. I remember yours, so it's cool. Yeah, I got a little bit of a human form going on when I feel like it. I can have skin if I want to. As a treat, as a little indulgence for myself. Man, I gotta say, changing the skin as a treat, start snacking. No, please, come on. Please, don't eat my skin. I'm not a fried chicken. I'm not tasty like that. At least not my human skin. At least eat me when I'm made out of mochi. Hi, Bunny. Welcome to to one of the bad conversations. Of course, people show up now. It never fails. It's like the 7-minute lull at a party. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard of that. There's this theory that goes around, right? That like around every 7 minutes, there is a slight gap in the activity of any party. So what ends up happening is that it gets a little bit quieter than usual. So, but the problem is, because it's quieter than usual, like if you say something out loud really loudly because you're trying to like speak over the music, people are going to hear that. People are going to hear that real clearly. Which can lead to an awkward embarrassment. Yeah, you've seen it a million times in like sitcoms and such. Yeah. Fun fact about me, I've seen almost the entirety of Friends some 5 or 6 times because as a kid, my family bought the box set of all 10 seasons of Friends. And some of those jokes have stuck with me. Not all of them are awful, believe it or not. Okay. Let's see here. So, again, what they have mostly in common is the following. Facing to the right, little or no shading. You know, the shading is variable, but very much kind of like a very kind of bold design. So what I'm thinking we do is we try to approach this from an iterative perspective. So we can have 3 things. We can have... Okay, so it's all going to be kind of facing to the right. I'm honestly kind of digging this boar one, you know. I actually quite like the boar. I think that's a boar. Knowing how the medieval folks depicted stuff, this could be anything. I'm pretty sure it's a boar, but it could be anything. I thought a giraffe was like a unicorn, for goodness sake. Or like a rhinoceros was. Okay. I also think I might get rid of the salamander there. It's interesting, but it's not the right kind of vibe that I'm going for. I would much prefer a mammalian of some description. There we go. Love that red guy. Yeah, exactly. I feel like Red Bull should have had its mascot be a... Hang on, which layer is this? Oh, it's the actual... Alright, that's a vector layer. I want to do this on the sketch layer. I feel like Red Bull should adopt this as its mascot. I don't know why, it just feels like fitting. I feel like this guy would tell me to drink a Red Bull. This guy would inspire me to do bad things to myself. Unhealthy choices and decisions, perhaps. It's the party boar, the boar that parties. Yeah, party animal. Yeah, exactly. It's the party animal. I was also thinking, right? Hang on. I was also thinking of the older Firefox logo. Like, hang on. You guys remember this bad boy? I was actually thinking of making it somewhat like that, except the thing that it's kind of like covering is the sun. It's definitely an idea to throw around in there. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I love the new Firefox as well. Like, the new Firefox logo is very purple. It has that going for it. I know that sounds like I'm not a big fan of it. I promise you, that's not the case. Yeah, why he purple? But yeah, we could throw a little bit of modern in there. I mean, it would have to be flipped over though, because to kind of follow that what do you call, theme of them facing to the right. I think this thing has like the most rice beast like legs. So what we can do is so what we can do, I think, is we can actually like copy and paste some of these guys. So let's just we do a little bit of mad science surgery around here. We do a little mad science surgery around here. And the award for most rice beast like legs goes to this mink. I think that's a mink. Is that a mink? What do minks look like? I think they're like ferrets or something, right? They're like very soft looking ferrets. Oh, I was way off. This thing is not a mink at all because minks have like brown fur. Then what the hell is this thing supposed to be? Also, I chopped off one of its toes on accident. I mean, minks might be white. White mink. Oh no, there are white minks. Hang on. I like this picture. This is the vibe of like when you like hear your neighbors doing something weird and like you kind of like peek out kind of gruffly. Oh, look at this little guy. What does this animal's eyes look like? This animal looks like its eyes are full of violence for some reason. I get the same vibe as like a Pallas's cat. Hang on. Yeah, for holding me like a burrito, you shall suffer. For this indignity, you shall suffer many deaths. Yeah, it's got the same vibe as one of these things. Yeah, the Mantle cat or the Pallas cat. In my mind, I always pictured rice beasts as being able to like take the affections of multiple animals. Like it can like morph into various kind of creatures. You know, its body is supposed to be very malleable, like Mochi, which is why I thought of that. Oops, hang on. Okay, so I'm gonna try and do the following. Long rice beast, like a long Furby. Yeah, hang on. There we go. If a rice beast was elongated, do you think its eyes would remain the same size, or do you think it would like get like Photoshop filter stretched out? This is funny in its own right. This is just kind of terrifying. Long cat. I'll go look loud when you stretch the eyes. Yeah. Listen, the manual Photoshop technique is one passed down by my ninja clan and not to be used lightly. Like the Gigantamax and Galar Pokemon. God, that would be so funny. Like I'm just like here in my little hoodie and shit, just like looking up towards the heavens, and there's like a rice beast that defies logic and, you know, the square cubed law. Points to the sky. Oh fuck, a rice beast. Somehow imagine there's thunder and shit too. This thing would. I do feel like rice beast could conceivably take over the world if it was big enough. The sun. Yeah, I made the rice beast big for shits and gigs. The sun would do that as a thing. Like in my in my creative ethos, I did make the sun be kind of a douchebag that just does things for shits and gigs. Like, I remember one idea for a comic was that I made the sun create a rice beast that was pure gold for no discernible reason. The line that was that like it wanted pets, and like I reached over to pet it, but because pure gold is fairly soft, it just kind of left a dent in the poor thing. Yeah, limited edition rice beast, holofoil rice beast. Yeah, this is a rice beast you get on a special card when you go to watch the Pokemon movie as a kid. Yeah, this thing can go, this thing can go. Actually, yeah, I like the polar bear. I mean, I kind of like the polar bear's mouth, is the thing. Alright, so let's, okay, which one is this? Okay, this one can go. I'm gonna grab the polar bear's head. This all reminds me of the Ice Bear Fridge storyline from Disco Elysium. Surprising no one but myself. Playing Disco Elysium is a life-changing experience. You will like go your entire life, and then like all of a sudden you'll see something that reminds you of like Disco Elysium, and you'll be like, "Well, this is just like in Disco Elysium," when it really conceivably isn't. Has science gone too far? Which one of these is it? Oh, there we go. I kind of wanted the general shape of this goat one, too. Love the Photoshop? Yeah. Sometimes when you're, like, designing stuff, an actually really good way to do this, especially if you're using a lot of real-world references, is to just kind of cobble it together. So yeah, what I'm picturing is a style similar to the boar, maybe similar to the dog as well. Actually, hang on. I can start labeling these now since I've trimmed them down so much. I like also that there's enough distinct animals here that I can just like name the layer after the animal. We're making a brand new zodiac here. Okay. I've always loved the Chinese zodiac, way more than the Western zodiac. I'm gonna call this thing a mink. I'm still not sure that that is what it is, but I'm gonna call it a mink. Okay, so that's the bear. Let's see what it looks like with a dog's head on top. I think the dog's head will be the winning combo. I actually do. Yeah, Chinese zodiac gives you so many more cool animals. Like, listen, in the Western zodiac, yes, you get a centaur sometimes. Yeah, the Western zodiac looked at me and said twins. Yeah, I mean, like, the Western zodiac looked at me and said archer on a horse, but like the Chinese zodiac looked at me and said, I diagnose you with rabbit boy. And I was like, yes, sir, thank you, sir. As many rabbits as you want, sir. Not to mention, the Western zodiac doesn't have like the same kind of type advantage fuckery that like Chinese zodiacs have. Like, I know that some zodiac symbols in the Western zodiacs have like certain elements attached to them. Like, I know that like Sagittarius, for example, is like a fire one, I think, or like a wind one, or like I don't remember which one it was. But I remember that Sagittarius had like a Pokemon type. Or like a wind type. I don't remember. I'm not familiar enough with like Western mythology, but like if you're born in a certain cycle of a certain animal in the Chinese zodiac, you just get type advantages and disadvantages. Like the Chinese elemental system, right, compared to the Western elemental system, it's like earth/wood, fire, and water. Yeah. The 5 Chinese elements are earth, wood, fire. Oh, okay, that's for the Western zodiacs. Yeah. The Chinese zodiacs have wood as well, but they have wood, metal, fire, and water. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't have like wind as an element. in the Chinese zodiacs. Well, it's not my place to ask questions like that. I do wonder, though, if maybe I should edit the mouth to look a bit more cat-like. I'm gonna Google, like, cat yawning from side. Aw, these are so cute! Hang on. There we go. Ferocious, yet mundane. That describes literally 90% of what I do. Ferocious, yet mundane should be what's stamped on my business card. Listen, sometimes to enjoy life properly, you have to approach everything with the same gravitas as like a life or death situation. That's how you make your own fun, is that you have to, like, sometimes I do find that I have more fun when I take things seriously. Like if I like switch into serious mode, I tend to have much more fun. I don't know why that is, but that's just kind of how I'm wired. I know that's not how a lot of people work. Like, I know if like people, you make too big a deal out of something, some people will just get like turned off by this looks so weird. Sorry, but look at this fucking thing. It's like it looks like a doctor. It looks like a Dr. Seuss fucking creature. Wait, I know what this is. Fellas, I think we've made the demiurge. We're like one step away from making the fucking demiurge. Huh. It is weird that thing's associated with the sun as well. I don't like the implications of that. God, look at this fucking thing. This belongs in the MoMA. This belongs in the Library of Congress. This deserves... Fuck whatever was on the golden record that we sent out into space on that one space satellite. We need to get this thing on one of those bad boys. Creature. Thank you for the clip, Bunny. Much appreciated. Okay. Although I do think that maybe we should put the cat head just a little bit shorter. Like a little bit lower. Yeah, I also gotta put the boar up somewhere else. Like around here. That way it's not interfering with anything. Oh, God, we have fun here. We have so much fun here. Okay, and then just lower this bad boy a couple of millimeters. Yeah, I think this is optimum creature. I think we've optimized this BEAFT. This is easily one of the best ideas I've ever had, I think. Top 10, if nothing else. All right. Let me drink some more water. Yeah. I was actually doing a little bit of reading up on like what different heraldic creatures meant. Most of them were, of course, like just regular old dick measuring. Like, for example, people, I mentioned earlier, right, that like lions were very popular. Eagles were just like, if it wasn't a lion, it was usually an eagle, mainly because like, lion is seen as the king of the animals, and then the eagle is seen as like king of the birds. I am not sure why they made a distinction between like birds and animals in that way, but you know, I can't see into the mind of a medieval man. I don't want to go in there. It seems like a dark place. Also, I think I'm gonna try and do this with like the Millie pen. Maybe around like 15 pixels. Maybe 10. I kind of want to find a way to add toe beans to this as well, but I don't think that's feasible. Unless, you know, I'm using the mink as a guideline. Who says I can't give like toe beans to this creature? I am the master of my own destiny. Oh, hang on. The one bad thing about the Millie pen is that it doesn't play particularly nice with a couple of the vector layer tools. Please, Tobeans, furry Undertale creator Tobeen Fox. That's his name. Yeah, that's the guy. That's Tobeen Fox. Let's give this guy a back talon like a velociraptor. Okay. Ooh, actually, that shape is kind of nice. I'm gonna try and keep that, but like scale it up so that we can like. There we go. It's a little too thin though. I want to make it chunkier. We gotta give this thing like very thick ankles to be true to the source material. Yeah, if you ever open up one of those like medieval history textbooks and you see a very short knight with this on his shield, just know that I learned how to time travel. God, these legs look like spore creature legs. Is the thing. You did it. Yeah, we did. Oh, summon a rice beast. As you wish. We shall add another one. There we go. Okay. But yeah, now we figured out how to make toe beans rather visible on this thing, which is vitally important. I know that some cats have 5 claws. I think I gave Rice Feast 4. Yeah. No real rhyme or reason to which cats have 5 claws or 4. It's just kind of a thing that happens. What I think I might need to do as well is actually shorten the legs to some extent. Like, I need to make them stubbier. What I could try and do then is actually to... What I'm thinking here is we just select the part of the legs that isn't the toe beans, And then we just kind of reach over and... Oh, yeah. There we go. You're just going to need to splay them out like this a little bit. And then we graft these toes back on. Honestly, this is kind of working. This is working pretty good. RAICE would have been right at home with like a Griffin or something. Each step we take, we're closer to the perfect organism. I think maybe then the easier thing to do. I am wondering how furry I should make this thing. I think I can add a couple hairs just for like exaggeration. I don't imagine that I think the rice beads are soft, but they aren't like fuzzy. You know what I mean? It's like they're made out of mochi as well. Like they're soft, but they're not like fuzzy. So I'm gonna need to do a little bit of embellishment here. I'm gonna like copy and paste the dog as well over to the left, so I can actually see its mouth, because I feel like that was a very good reference. Let me take a look at this boar. They didn't particularly separate the teeth on this thing. I think maybe having the teeth here would also help. There's much to think about with these kinds of things. What we could also do is just kind of like keep copying and pasting this one fang over and over. Where's that bear again? Okay. This thing had a snout like so. Yeah, the bear was also kind of smooth after the mouth bit. What kind of eye did the boar have? It was just kind of like on the side of its head here. Don't like that. Well, this is the first pass after all. We can take a few risks here. We shall refine it in the second draft. God. It's almost December now, and that means it's almost time for me to roll out my favorite video in the world, which is a journal of this one man from Puerto Rico who went to like live in Toronto, Canada, and he has a great time until November. At which point he starts to realize, hey, the cold here sucks and the winter sucks also. like the first time it snows, he was like, December 2nd. Today it snowed. The world looks so beautiful, covered in ice and in pure white like that. I went outside and I made some snow angels and had a snowball fight with the neighbor's children. I shoveled the snow, and then once I was finished, the snowplow came by and undid all of my work and shoveled all the snow right back onto my doorstep. So I got to do it all over again. How happy I am. And then it goes like, December 13th. I'm getting a little tired of shoveling snow. And it just goes downhill from there. Like during Christmas, he gets trapped in his home because it like snows so much that it literally takes over the door, so he can't get out. He ends up selling his flat in Toronto and then just moving back to Puerto Rico. And being like, I will welcome the mosquitoes now. God. Look at this thing. It's grotesque in a very fascinating kind of way. It's like that little nose dude from Berserk. I like that word. Grotesque is a good word. It captures a very distinct feeling. Not necessarily... Grotesque does not necessarily mean like disgusting. It just means like weirdly off-putting. Which is a sentiment that I could vibe with. Like, you're not bad, you're just kind of weird. We can all use that kind of affirmation in our daily life. I kind of like the Velociraptor claws, but in retrospect, they don't really do much or add anything significant. Ooh, that was a nice clean cut. God. So, there's this new Disney movie that came out, right? Strange World. Apparently, so far in the box office, it's only grossed around $11.9 million, which is considered a big bust for Disney. Like those are like awful numbers for Disney. And I learned that apparently it's their biggest box office failure since The Emperor's New Groove. Yeah, that's so weird to think about, that The Emperor's New Groove was apparently a box office failure. Well, no, the thing is as well, right? Like, that could be like, relatively speaking, like The Emperor's New Groove could have been a box office success, but it was just like less money back then. You know, it's like $11.9 million is like nothing now for movies, but back in the day, it would have been like a lot of money. You know, back in like the early 2000s. I don't remember when exactly The Emperor's New Groove released. I remember being obsessed with the movie. Yeah, I remember that during a promotion in my home country, at one point they sold like... This is going to sound very strange. Essentially what they did is that I think they ported either very shittily made computer games, or like shovelware computer games, or straight up ported PlayStation 1 games to the computer or Neo Geo or what have you, like one of those, like maybe Dreamcast or something, licensed computer games to these little CDs that came with your cereal, and you could download them on your computer and you could play the game. And I had an Emperor's New Groove game that I played, and I remember being obsessed with it for some reason. And I played that thing to death. I never managed to finish most of the levels because I was like 5 and didn't unlock my true gamer power just yet. I might have to look that game up and try to beat it on stream one of these days. That would be fun. I remember there were a couple of them. Like I remember there was one for Finding Nemo as well. But yeah, that is like a primal memory. But yeah, it's funny to think that like they compared it to like the Emperor's New Groove. Like if $11.9 million is a box office bust, then like you're still comparing to the Emperor's Groove, one of the longest lived cultural things that Disney has ever produced. Like we can all still quote from heart that thing that was like, a llama, he's supposed to be dead. A bag of rice, he's supposed to be dead. It's funny that's a funny idea. Somebody thinks that like turning me into a bag, like instead of the sun doing it, it's just somebody who wants my ass dead no matter what. And they try, and so they like turn me into a bag of rice, and I'm still fine. And they're like, "What the fuck? That's not how this is supposed to go." All right, we still need to do the tail though. Again, we're gonna make it a lot less fluffier than the minx bottom tail, but like, I think a little bit of the fluff can stay. Needs to be thinner mainly. Yeah, like that. All right, let's see how bad this is. Oh my god! That's actually really good. I am thinking that like maybe it needs a little something though. I feel like it's definitely missing something. Like I think the eye needs to be a little bit further up. No, I do think that maybe further down. Okay, I think like here is the optimal position for the eye. I'm not sure what we can do for that though. Like where we go from here essentially. This part up here is definitely like way too much. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to like take this copy of that layer, rasterize it, and then I'm going to use the liquify tool to figure out what's going on. Okay, so definitely I think pushing this down helps a lot. Oh fuck, I'm gonna die. What are those like really long snouted rodents? Long nosed rodent. Fucking this thing looking ass. The elephant shrew looking ass. I'm sorry, that's mean. That's mean. I shouldn't say that. Okay. Enough messing around. We oh, this is really good though. Okay. Hang on. Oy. I think it's sick. I think it's fallen terribly ill. Okay, so I think we lower the strength just a touch on the liquefy brush. Okay, I think I see what we need to do. Ooh, too big, too big, too big. Hmm. Hmm. No, no, gotta go back a couple steps. This looks more like a rat than a cat, though. Which isn't exactly the vibe that I'm going for. It doesn't help that I'm making its ears rounder. Okay, let's lower the opacity on this guy and get cracking on the second draft here. Got about an hour left before we gotta pack up, so I think we got time for it. Okay, now this is an interesting idea. What about like a curl like this? Gonna need to be more careful. And increase the stabilization on this guy. A little more. Yeah, there we go. Okay. It kind of like plateaus into a smooth curve, though. Gotta be wary of like how we treat this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think the stabilization is really doing a lot of the heavy lifting with this. Perfect, okay. What it could do as well is like increase the cute factor by making the teeth blunter, if that makes sense. Like not quite so barbed, but like blunt. True facts. The average rice beast has the bite force of 13 alligators put it together in a trench coat, but it hardly ever goes full power. The fun thing about like making a creature that's completely fake is that you can just say shit, whatever the hell you want about it, and nobody can really contradict you. I'm the rice beast expert here. Rice Beast expert. Rice Beast expert. Do not ever fuck the rice beast. That I'm not even gonna go there. Let's switch topics like immediately, like right fucking now. Hey, did you know that West Virginia eats the most butter out of any American state? Yeah, true facts. Like, that is actually a real fact. Apparently, West Virginia eats more butter than any other American state. The one that eats the least amount of butter is, surprisingly enough, Hawaii. I don't know why that's surprising to me. I just figured they'd be into butter. Like, somebody has to be, like, at the bottom of the rung in terms of, like, butter liking. But for some reason, I didn't expect it to be Hawaii. I figured it'd be somewhere like friggin' California or something. I don't know why. I don't know how rich the butter culture is in California. I'm guessing they're probably like middle of the road. Not too fond of butter, don't really hate it. I figure a southern state would win the butter race. It's West Virginia, apparently. Yeah, I would have figured that too. I don't know, maybe it's also in like industrial amounts. Maybe West Virginia has like more industrial food places, so maybe like that's been contributing. Makes sense for the Midwest. I don't know too much about like different American states and their culture. I know that like all places on the different coasts are like very hoity-toity or whatever, but those are just stereotypes. Although I imagine they must have some grain of truth to them. This looks a lot like that one Tumblr cat. Hang on. Friggin' this beast. Wait, I think actually the artist for that also Panger. I think the owner of that cat also did recently like a pin with a similar concept. Hang on. I gotta go check this out real quick. Because if they did, then I don't want to be accidentally plagiarizing their design. Hang on. This might take a second. There's a lot of scrolling to get through. Oh, yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Hang on. There's actually an image of the cat yawning. Spitting image. Although I still need to find the actual like thing that they produced, because I need to figure out whether or not this is like, I need to take a fresh new angle with this. I mean, the fact that it's only got 2 legs instead of 4 is probably fresh enough, but you know, I don't want to take that risk. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that they didn't actually make it like a heraldic beast. It's just kind of like a generic kind of it's just like a very stylized one, but it with the kind of like similar mouth shape, but it's not like medieval, I think. I'm just gonna scroll down a little further to make sure. Can't be too careful with these things. It's important to respect the intellectual property of others. Sorry, my muscles are sore. I did a lot of like tricep dips yesterday. Okay, if I don't find it in the next 5 minutes or less, I will. If I don't find it in the next few minutes, I'm gonna like be comfortable with the fact that it's not actually like they didn't actually do something like that. Although, granted, given how fun this was to do, I would recommend that they try it out. Man, the weirdest cat I ever saw was, like, I think this one cat that I saw at, like, a shelter one time. Just a very weird looking cat. I was very young, so I didn't know how that, like, I didn't understand that animals were, like, fully living creatures until, like, I visited a veterinary's office, and, like, I saw that, like, there was a cat with a little bit of an ouchie boo boo, and I was like, oh my god, that's a living creature. Like, I finally conceptualized this. Okay, yeah, I think I'm in the clear. Awesome. Okay. That being said, I do want to change the eye shape a little bit. Oh, yeah, also I think the cat got its teeth removed, so I think for medical reasons. So I think I'm in the clear for that as well. There we go. I think another cool thing to do would be to, like, rear its ears back to show that it's, like, menacing. No, that's terrifying. Horizontal eye. Horizontal or diagonal eye, but not vertical. I could also go kind of like for the minimalist look and just have a very tiny beady eye up here. Maybe first we finalize the back half, and then we work on the front half. I think that's a solid strat. Sometimes to get the proper kind of, like, point on these guys, you have to figure out the order of operations for how to, like, trim them. You know, there's got to be an order to how you trim the nails, or else they won't be, like, appropriate. Okay, there we go. And we can have one talon of us, like the Velociraptor. I think that would be fine. That's an allowable amount of talon. And that is a non-zero, non-dubious amount of talent to have. Of talent to possess. Yeah, once you get caught possessing more than a certain amount of talent, the cops can get you. So you have to be careful when moving it. Let's see here. Okay. How about... Oops, hang on. Oops. I'm still not over how the dude from the Kid Picks stream said it. Oops. Yeah. These next few weeks are going to be very interesting because on the one hand, I'll be very stressed from studying for an exam. And then on the other hand, at work, I will also be stressed for different reasons. But like, it's a weird kind of stress. It's a stress where I really can't do much about the situation. All I can do is just kind of like be patient and bide my time and do what I can in the meantime. I'm not used to that kind of situation. Usually when I have like something pending at work, I can do something about it. You know, it's like I can email somebody or like I can ask like, hey, can I do this instead? And, you know, kind of volunteer for that. But the problem is like the more I volunteer for, the worse it'll get in this one particular instance. It's kind of funny, but I think it's going to be a good learning experience. And if nothing else, I might be able to take it easy, at least to some extent. It's the kind of thing where if you send like 5 emails at the beginning of the day, you'll be fine. But it's actually figuring out who you need to send those 5 emails to that's kind of a problem. And of course, then there's the whole hullabaloo if they do in fact end up answering your emails, which is a good thing, but it's also unexpected. Man, office jobs are wild. I get a little chair, I get a little desk, and somehow I'm in charge of like way more than I thought I ever would be. I highly recommend it. I've steadily been avoiding my student email. I mean, that's valid. I'm in danger. Yeah. What I've actually been taking to doing, which is really funny, I used to always hem and haw over like whether or not I should send an email and be like, did I phrase this correctly? Oh, should I add this attachment? So what I've actually been doing is that before I send an email, I'll just like I'll hover my cursor, like there'll be like the send button, right? And I'll just kind of like hover my cursor over it. I'll be like, should I send this? And then what I'll literally do is I'll go like, eeny, meeny, miny, go, and then just hit send and just close my eyes. And then it'll just make it easier. Like I'm just like, eeny, meeny, miny, go. I don't know why that works for me, but it does, and I'm grateful that I've discovered the trick. It's made me a lot better at sending emails. I think that's definitely the most valuable skill that I've learned. It's just kind of being able to communicate with people, like in a way that is both like convenient to them and convenient to myself. Like that, I think is the most that I've earned out of my job is learning that skill. Because, you know, earlier I would have been like, oh man, I gotta call this phone number. But like now I'm just like, yeah, just call the phone number, dog. Like the person at the desk is entirely, it has their entire job to be like answering both your phone call and any silly, to you perhaps, any seemingly silly follow-up questions that you may have. So just call them, and if you're confident, it might be the most life-affirming thing they see all day. What if I put the eyes like right in front of here? Would that be completely messed up? Well, maybe not completely, but definitely a little bit. Like, there's a difference, I think, between completely messed up and you probably shouldn't do that kind of messed up. I think the main difference between those is like whether or not you're likely to end up on the local news network if you do. I don't think I've ever been on a local news network, which is a bit of a shame. I guess they just can't handle my glamour. Yeah, it's national television or bust, baby. That's showbiz for you. What if I, like... Hang on, what if it had, like, black around? Oh, that's worse somehow. Okay, no, all of these are bad. I think I need to just go with, like, a bead eye. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, I could kind of copy the cat here and have it, like, be blinking while it's yawning. That would make a lot of sense, but I kind of wanted to have its eyes open. This looks a little too peaceful. No, I don't know what I was going for there, but that's definitely not the way to go. Yeah, okay, I think that works. Hang on a minute. Ooh, now there's an idea though. Hang on. What if, like, eye sparkles? Somehow that's also worse. Oh wait, maybe like in the middle. Hmm. Maybe with a sun? No, that's also not that great. For the moment, let's finish off the tail and we can figure out more about the eye from there. Okay. Forgot that I was using the white pen right there. Rookie mistake. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Oh, hey, Kenan, welcome back. No, I'm very happy with how it's coming along. Honestly, we came a long way from literally nothing. I don't want to disparage our progress, but let's be real here. This is kind of a clown show to begin with. But no, I'm definitely happy with how it's coming along. All right, let's just get rid of that. All right. Oh, Johnny Boots, thank you for the follow. How are you? Welcome to the stream. We are drawing my mascot. Well, there's two of them right now, so I guess plural. Mascots. Rice Beast. Doing all right? Hey, that's good to hear. Okay. Nah, hang on. I kind of want to shade this guy with like what do you call it? Not stitching, cross hatching. But I don't think that's a great idea. I will, however, connect some of these vector lines. There we go. Let's see here. Couple more tufts of. What would you even call that stuff that's like in cats' ears, like ear fluff? I think that would be an appropriate term. I think it looks better without, though. Okay, so then I think the next step is to just fill it out with white. Ooh, I like the red background, actually. Hang on. Oh, missed a spot here. It's kind of bright, is the thing. Oh, fluffums. Yeah, I think that's a criminal. That's a criminal. That's a clinical term. Yeah, reversed vor. Didn't even notice that. Actually, that would be an interesting idea. Hang on. Just kind of like stealing the boar's color palette over here. Hang on. I'm going to take this yellow for the teeth. The noses will also have to be white. And then the red for the tongue. And then black for the eye. Again, this looks a little bit much like a rat, so I'm wondering what I can do to make it look more cat-like. Again, my first instinct is to kind of show off the toe beans, but that looks like a little bit like it's been drenched in blood on the feet. Look into the maw of this beast in despair. I think what we might be able to do, actually, I'm going to copy and paste this into a folder so that we can have a backup. But I think what we might be able to do here is actually to make the ears into more kind of right angles. At least one of the ears into more kind of like right angle shots so that it's a little bit more obvious that it's supposed to be a cat. Unless it ends up looking like a bat, in which case we have failed our mission. Fluff up the tail, maybe? I think that's definitely one step forward. I think fluffing up the tail would actually be a really good idea. Rats have very famously naked tails. So, having the tail be not naked would be an excellent step forward. Whiskers would be a good call, but rats also have whiskers. Hang on. What's the main difference between cats and rats again? I'm starting to lose track. They have a lot of things in common. Oh, hang on. We might have found a strat here. The beast is now clothed. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Alright, so now what we have to do is actually we need to like simplify this line right here. We also need to switch this into a corner control point. Move this around. I think that's definitely looking a little bit more cat-like. I do think so. That white is kind of blinding, though. My eyes! Wait, I don't have eyes. My... Huh. What do I have instead of eyes? I think I just have, like, photoreceptors all across my face. Okay, this might be interesting. I think this is the... My grains! That sounds like somebody kicked me in the nuts, is the thing. Oof, right in the grains. Sometimes I feel like I shouldn't open my mouth. I think this might have been one of those times. This is one of those times where, like, I should have just, like, maybe not said that. Oh well, too late to take it back. Kind of looks like a scrambled egg, or like a well done egg, sunny side up egg. This guy has cheese on his head. Alas, yeah, that's the unfortunate side effect of being transmogrified from rat to cat, is that you do have a little slice of cheese on your head. It's symbolic, you see. It's supposed to be like it's like an alchemy thing. Like you have the cheese on your head as a symbol that you've lost what you most valued once as a rat. You know, it's very important. There's rituals and shit. You wouldn't get it. It's something that has to be learned over years, and maybe even minutes. Yeah, I think that's not a bad heraldic beast. I think that's like a fairly good one. In fact, I think we might need to thicken up the line size a little bit. There we go. Another a job well done. Should we put him in a shield? I think we should put him in a shield. Let's put him in a shield. Man, if I ever do like a Dark Souls stream or something, I'm definitely making myself a little shield prop with this thing smack dab in the middle. Okay, so I think there's like a shield template somewhere on Wikipedia. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna like transform this lower-ish, because those lines seem to be a little bit disproportionate. There we go. Need to be a little bit bigger. Or the beast needs to be slightly smaller. Okay, so here's the skinny. I am going to add a new layer on top of this. It's going to have this shield. If I can figure out how to make a shield really quick, that'll be great. Okay, so we're just going to rotate this little guy here to be parallel with the shield line up here. Flip this thing around. There we go. Move this like this. Oh wait, we can make a circle as well. Hang on. Just hacking this real quick. There we go. Okay, we'll just thicken that until it's more or less consistent with the other parts. I think that should do it. And then we'll just add another little line down here. Oh, I missed a little spot right here on the nose. Actually, this looks a lot better. Alright. So I think what we do then is we add a second circle right here, and that's going to be the sun. In all his gross incandescent glory. Okay, grab this, take that out. Okay, then we can just... I think it would be best to add a symmetrical ruler somewhere around here. Oh, that's way too many lines of symmetry. Hang on. Okay. I need to be careful and make sure that the diagonal lines aren't much bigger than the front-facing or the sideways lines. Man, I really hope there isn't some dude out there who just kind of like rates... I was gonna say fan-made. That's not the right term in this circumstance, I feel. Fan-made seems a little weird. Original, like, what I mean is, like, I hope there isn't some dude out there that rates, original heraldic designs. That's always... As an artist, there is no bigger fear to me than some friggin' guy that I've never met before coming out of the woodwork to tell me that, like, my heraldic design of a rice piece is a perversion of all that it stands for. That would suck. Granted, I could just block them, but the damage will have been done. There we go. Okay, we'll have this blue for the background here. How about red for this part here? And then yellow for the sun. You know, I think that's pretty good. I think that's not bad for, like, a shield. Okay. You know, all things considered, we've done pretty well for ourselves. I think it could use a little bit more white. I think maybe what we can do is we can have one half white and one half red. I think that looks sick as hell, professionally speaking. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I think that should wrap it up for today. Hang on. I'm sad that I didn't manage to, like, incorporate rice into this, but I feel like that would have been a bit of a tall order. I think I could probably have it as, like, an extra thing, like, you know, have, like, a couple of ears of rice, kind of like having it being here on the background. A pair of brass knuckles would be nice too. Some, you know, you see, like, swords and axes all the time on these things. I don't know why they never bothered to put up Brass knuckles on these suckers. Yeah, prototype crest design for the for the Pavs art channel. You know, I'm really happy with how this turned out, honestly. I went into this with 0 expectations, and every single one of them were, yeah, the House of Pabs art. Yeah, a relatively new house, weirdly obsessed with martial arts and RAICE. Can you really have a house if it's just like you and 50 RAICE beasts? I think you can. I mean, I could also include my followers, in which case we'd have like 119 odd people all put together, not counting the RAICE beasts. So I think that's not a bad idea. You know, I don't think that's completely... That's a respectable amount of people to have in a house. I'm going to go back to the just chatting screen. Alright, well, thanks everybody for tuning into the stream. I'm going to find somebody for you guys to raid on over to. Damn near turned off his own microphone. Lots of different people are streaming today. Oh, character. Okay, Mocha's doing some character design homework, so I think that's the best one to go over to. I feel like that's the most in tune. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming by on. Let me, if I can get a look at my own darn schedule. I think on Thursday I might be maybe Wednesday. Yes, on Wednesday I will be doing a hand cam stream to get rid of all the googly eyes that I bought for the sake of that googly eye reference stream. Doing my best effort to like glue them on everything that I can find. And on Saturday I will be playing Left 4 Dead 2 with my buddy Preston Peace. Alright, everybody have a good time, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evenings. Have a good week, y'all. See ya.